Okay, all right. So, okay, all right. So you guys are ready to go, and I'm gonna get started now. So best of luck, guys.
Hello, can Gayatri has to play any game?
Okay, that was an interesting game. All right, let me make sure we can hear both of you. So Mark, I think you can unmute yourself. Svetlana, you can unmute yourself as well.
Yeah, I can't turn my cam on because I can you I don't really know how to.
Okay, try that again. I'm sure you can unmute yourself now.
Yeah, I can unmute myself, but I can't start my video because the host has stopped it.
Hello? Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Oh, okay, all right, hold on. I don't know what's going on with my audio. I can't hear anyone. Okay. Okay, so give me 1 minute. Let me try and fix my audio. All right, so you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay. All right, just give me 1 minute. Let me just check something here with my settings for my audio. Okay. Devices. Oh, okay. So I think I see what may be the problem. Hello?
Yes, can you hear us?
Okay, so you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you. All right. Okay, so what we can do then, so Mark and Svetlana, if you guys can hear me, maybe you can go ahead and start analyzing the game. I believe everyone can hear you, both of you. So Mark, I don't know if you can, are you able to go to your, are you able to take control and go to your account? Okay, I can hear you now, so I think, okay. So
you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, well, okay, let's then I think we can do it from your screen. It doesn't matter. We can go from my game, from my screen. It doesn't necessarily matter.
Okay, so I want you to do from your screen so you can control it.
Oh, can you unmute Svetlana? Svetlana is unable to unmute herself.
Okay, hold on. I'll see if I can fix that. So Svetlana, I think you can mute yourself. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, awesome.
That was a really interesting game from the from a boring exchange Caricon. I did not expect it to get that interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark, I don't know if you want me to take control or you want to use your screen. Then I
mean, I could share screen share.
Okay, so let me stop mine, and then you can.
Yeah, if you can let me share screens.
Yeah, let me. Okay, go ahead. I think you can.
Okay, great. So, okay, you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually played this in a tournament in December, the Gurganidze, but most people, they don't take on d5. Usually people play like e5 or something, or knight c3, and I'll play g6 anyway. But when you take, I have more opportunities to make something crazy, because white always wants to do something boring. So my goal is to make it crazy. Was your goal to make it a very boring game?
No, my goal was just to play something that you wouldn't really expect. I mean, I guess because I was kind of surprised by your Caricon, so I just played something that I normally wouldn't play, and I just wanted a simple position. But I do like crazy positions. I just think you're much better than me at those type of positions.
Yeah, no, but you were able to get out of it, which was really, what I did there was kind of mind-blowing. But okay, yeah, so I think as soon as I play f6, I think you had c4. Did you consider this move here?
I considered it basically all throughout the game, but I don't think here. I was just looking to finish my development.
Well, because like after c4, I was probably gonna go castle, but it's kind of a mess. Like what I don't know if you here, so in this, where was it? Yeah, so here I was thinking that you might play c4 here. How do I turn off the engine? No. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I thought that if I castle, you can just take and knight c3. I thought I'd have a very difficult position with the light squares. But as soon as you give me e5, I thought that my position was very good.
Yeah, I think so too. That's an amazing position to have out of the opening as black.
Yeah. And I was surprised you took with the d pawn because like my f pawn is like blocking everything here on the f file. So since you took, I thought you created a lot of play for me.
Yeah, but I thought that if I didn't take, like, let's say I move my bishop somewhere, then you play e4, and I was really confused as to where I'm going to put my knight.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it could get trapped, yeah. Yeah, I guess c4 here doesn't work, right? It's too late for that?
Yeah, it was a lot to calculate. I didn't really think it was working out.
No, because as soon as I got this position, I was so happy, but what I did here was a little bit weird. You know, I was thinking about playing 95 in this position. What would you have done if I played that here?
Yeah, I think that's what I calculated too. Hold on. But I think actually the way you played it was better. I was actually considering playing knight e4 here. I don't know if I would have really gone for it, but I was seriously considering knight e4.
Wow. Just to get rid of my center pawns?
Yeah, just to get rid of your center pawns and not have any knight d3s to deal with, because after you get knight d3, it looks like a really unpleasant position for me. And the reason why I think your c5 and c4 is better is because now at that point knight e4 doesn't make as much sense because there's no queen b3 check or anything, plus you still get your knight d3. I'm not sure if I would have really played knight e4, but I was calculating that because, so the thing here, the reason why I can't take the knight on e5 is because he's going to take with the bishop, or at least that's what I thought you were going to do. And if I play knight c6, then he might have bishop h2, or
Yeah, and queen c7 at least, but I also have rook f4,
Mhm.
like after
Yeah.
here. You saw this?
Yeah, I saw this line and thought that I was getting mated there for sure.
Yeah, I saw this, but I was actually really nervous because I'm like, okay, if you have some knight f3, queen d5s, I thought that you might be able to escape. The computer's saying you don't, but I thought that there'd be some draw. So
Yeah, no, I would never go for that type of position because everything is just looks really bad. So that's why I don't think I should have taken. Well, maybe I should have still taken, but definitely not knight c6.
how do
But
there we go. No, how do I take off the analysis? Do you know how I can do that?
not
It's a little
really.
distracting.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't really know how to turn off the engine. Maybe. Click self-analysis on. Oh yeah, okay. Put the self-analysis. Yeah.
But if I click it, then okay, well, okay, so that should be better. Okay, so 95. So yeah, so I played c5 instead. I was actually thinking about playing queen b6, but then I think you have just c4, right? And then
Yeah.
you're completely fine.
Yeah, I think what you played creates more problems for me.
I was surprised here that you just didn't take my knight and played knight f1 and knight e3.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
just really
solid.
disliked. Yeah, I think that probably would have been better, but I just really disliked this type of position because you have a lot of permanent advantages. Like you have your bishop pair, you have really strong pawns. Like basically all of your pieces are better placed than mine, and I thought it would just be a really easy position for you to play and to capitalize on your strengths. So I think at that point I kind of did want to make it complicated because I thought that was kind of the only way out.
Right. No, fair enough. Yeah, I was thinking about knight d3, but I knew you were going to sack with taking on c4, and I thought it was going to be such a mess. So I thought, okay, I have to keep the control I have in this position.
Yeah, I was going to take on c4 at that point.
If I were to play knight d3 here, what would you have done?
Is there any? I'm wondering if there's any captures on e4.
Yeah, then I thought I had knight c5.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can take with the knight though. Maybe not as good. Yeah, well, I would just sacrifice it again. Do I have? No, I don't. I don't really remember what I was going to play here. But definitely, I mean, knight d3, I must have considered it. So there's no knight e4.
I mean, maybe knight e4 is fine, right? I was going to take the rook and probably just sidestep my king. I thought that I was.
Yeah, I do think that you're fine, but compared to what you could have had out of that position, I think this is pretty decent. I don't know, it's a knight d6. Out of everything you could have had, that's I don't know. But yeah, maybe at this point you just play king here and you don't give me any knight e4 chances.
Yes, no, I thought I really took away all the chances you had in this game, but I was wrong. Yeah, rook b1. I mean, I guess it's just difficult for you to play. I was a little surprised by this. Was your goal to kind of just make sure my rook doesn't get developed, or just to put a rook on an open file?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's kind of difficult for me to really find a productive plan here because if I'm playing something like knight f1, then I'm taking away the f1 square from my rook. Like I just kind of made a waiting at the same time maybe slightly useful move so that I could at least see what you're doing, like have your knight placed on d3, because when your knight gets placed on d3, it becomes easier for me to play c4. If you develop, I don't know, your bishop, then I can think of something else to do. But yeah, it was basically just to get my rook into the game because it was doing nothing on a1 and I didn't have anything more productive.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, and I agree with that. And actually, I was in the back of my mind, I was thinking about playing some a5 and lifting my rook in, but you always have a queen trade, which I don't know if you would have done, but
I didn't even look at a5. I thought you were going to play something quicker than just some a5 move, which you did. Yeah, you played knight.
Yeah, I played knight d3, played h5. Yeah, I thought I didn't see anything for you, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for h4. I was actually hoping you'd play h3.
Yeah,
Because there's
h5. h5, I missed that idea that you had h5. I thought you were going to play something. I was looking at bishop g4, I think. I
Oh,
was
the problem with
looking.
bishop g4 was h3, and I just didn't know what to do with this guy.
Mm,
I don't want to put him on
yeah.
h5, and
Yeah.
I just don't have any other squares other than to come back, unless I want to trade it with bishop f5, which I don't think I
Which you
wanted.
probably don't. Yeah, there was also knight f4 and stuff, but I think actually, yeah, h5 is, I think, the most unpleasant for me, and I missed that. And I think around this point, I thought for a really, really long time, because I had no idea what to do, because every single line I was calculating, it looked really bad. And h4 at the end of the day seemed like
It was the only I thought it was the only move that put up a fight, because if you play h3, then I have some like queen g5 and bishop
yeah,
h3s.
yeah. I thought you would definitely have some sort of sacrifices there. Yeah, now g5. I mean, I think it's probably objectively your best move, but after that, the game just really became a mess.
Yes. No, I wasn't sure what I should do, and it seemed like g5 just continues my plan. I could have played bishop g4 here, I guess, but then you might have f3, which might give you a chance to simplify. Because again, if I take on f, then you just bring in your knight, and I thought this was going to be just really bad for
Yeah,
me.
but
Knight comes to
maybe
g5.
you would have, once I play f3, can you play e3 at any point?
Well, you just take the bishop.
Yeah, and then you take my knight.
Oh, and then I thought you were going to take the rook on f8, and I could take on h5, queen takes d5.
Oh yeah,
Because promoting is not that big of a threat.
Yeah, that's true. I thought there was going to be some knight
The
c1
bishop
or
defends
something.
everything.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, probably bishop g4 gives unnecessary counterplay for me. So I think what you played is
Well, that was the
probably,
most annoying thing. This bishop was actually doing a really good job defending, so my goal was just to get rid of it as quickly as I could.
yeah.
I saw
The
knight
funny,
c6. Sorry?
I thought that if maybe like if before g5, if I had like one more move to play, I felt like I could almost be fine with something like knight b5 or knight c6, whatever. But I think your attack is just too fast.
Yes, g5. But yeah, maybe I should just take in your knight, or maybe I should have done something a little bit more sound. I mean, I think what I did was best, but it just continues the mess here. So takes, knight f4.
Hmm.
You play bishop g3. Okay, yeah, I thought that was fine. Did you see h4 or no?
Yeah, I did see h4, and I knew I couldn't take it.
Yeah, because of queen
Yeah,
g4, right?
because of queen g4.
I
Yeah,
have a
but
question
I-
for.
I mean,
I-
at this point, I think I'm pretty much playing only moves for a while.
Yes, which was a shame. Like it was hard for me to come up with moves, like the right move to continue attacking.
Yeah,
Yet
just
for you,
because you have so many options, right? It's more difficult. Someone has a question for you, I think.
yes,
Feel free to
Abdul,
unmute yourself and you can ask.
yeah.
Instead of playing h4, why didn't you take on c3 with bishop?
Instead take
Instead
on
of playing
c3.
h4, no, afterwards, like next move, and then she goes back. I think to
Oh, here, why didn't I take on c3
Yeah.
with the bishop?
yeah, because you couldn't protect that knight, right? I mean, she
I thought
couldn't.
that even if I took the knight, my king becomes incredibly unsafe. So, for example, Svetlana can sacrifice her knight, and bishop e5 comes in, rook d1 comes in, and all of a sudden she's the one attacking me, and it's kind of unclear how I attack her. Like,
Oh.
first of all, where do I even move my king? If king g8, there's knight f6, so I have to play king h7. Probably rook d1 is okay. Maybe queen c4 just to get rid of the knight. I don't know. Maybe even f3. It seemed just very dangerous for me to do that. Although, of course, what I did in the game was even more dangerous. But maybe knight f6 is fine here. I can't.
Yeah, I think if at any point Mark tries to take on c3, it's been a free pawn there for a very long time, but I think he didn't want to lose his momentum of attack, because a pawn didn't really matter here. I think he was more looking at trying to mate.
Well, yeah, no. So after h4, and when you played bishop h2, I was already considering knight c3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Joe.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah, Joey, you can ask. You can. We don't hear anything, but if you ever have a question, you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Why didn't you play knight c4 in? I think it was move 16.
Okay, move 16.
It
Mm,
was.
I played c5.
No. Yeah. No. Go back. Back. So one more move. Why didn't you play e5? Nope. Where was it? Where's the move? Yeah, I saw a move. Like it was. I think it was. I don't know which move was it, but
What was the move? Do you remember?
it was. It was knight c4.
Knight c4. I don't think Sveta played knight c4.
yeah, I don't think I ever played knight c4. Was your question if I could have ever played knight c4? I'm not sure at which point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just one of your analysis, one of the considerations that he was talking about.
Yeah, there was one.
Okay, well, if you find it, let us know and we can go back to it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I was actually, so after you played here and I played h3, I spent like forever here. I thought about taking on c3 in this position.
Yeah, I think this position is, although I think it's objectively should be winning for you for sure. It's a little at this point. That's where you kind of caught up to me on time, is because you have just so many options that you have to calculate, and I'm just playing only moves and that let me survive. So I think it was kind of hard for you to really pick out of a lot of variations here, because I didn't really have as many options. But yeah,
No,
I think knight c3 should still be really good for you. I was going to play rook c1.
Yeah, then I was gonna play d4. But I saw this and I'm like, I thought I had better. So I was like, I gotta find something else.
Oh, why does h3 work in this position? h3?
Why does it work, or why does it? So my idea was that, for instance, what happened in the game? You took, if you play, for instance, queen a8, I have a very nice mate here. You go queen h2, bishop e5. Doesn't, I guess here, check, mate.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Just like a knight bishop rook.
Yeah, and if like queen, because originally when I was calculating this, I saw this and I thought, okay, I'm winning after bishop e5. So I thought, okay, at least I have this.
That's pretty much all I calculated. I didn't even go deeply into calculating your nice mate. That's an amazing one. But yeah, I just thought you were winning with your bishop e5.
No, so
but yeah,
queen,
I think at this point again, you should be winning. And I think what you played for the next two moves is pretty good.
yeah, so for some reason I blanked out at f3 because I thought that bishop e5 just wins a piece, and I totally forgot that when you play f3, you're letting your rook come in.
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't just go for a knight g3 here.
Could have, yeah, I should have done that. I should definitely play knight g3 and just taken the rook on f1.
Yeah, and I understand that's probably because you have such a strong attack, and I know that you wanted to like find a more forcing way, wanted to find a mate, but I think you should have a pretty good endgame after knight g3 and then just taking everything. And
I didn't even consider knight g3 because my idea was like, okay, let's just bring more pieces into the game. I didn't even see it, honestly. So, geez, what happens at this moment is just tragic. I should have definitely brought my bishop back. For some reason, actually, I saw king h3, but for some reason, I didn't think that you could bring your king back. I thought you had to go forward. In which case, I saw the mate, so I thought, okay, you're not going to take my rook, and you're just going to do something else.
I found it. I found the move.
Okay.
It was knight c5, move 17.
So knight, what happened here? So knight c5. So why didn't you play knight c5 here? Is that the question?
Yeah.
What is the point of knight c5 though?
It defends it attacks e4.
Yeah, but I could probably just kick it out with.
Yeah, but e4 is defended by d5, and this knight can get trapped.
Yeah, maybe even
This
queen
d5
a5.
is a deadly square to get trapped on. Yeah. Or queen b6 because it double attacks.
Yeah, I think the knight on c5 is a dangerous square for the knight to be because it barely has anywhere to go other than a4.
And the queen can come to b6 with a double attack, and you can't go back to defend because of the c4 pawn there. So he'll win a pawn and he'll get a deadly attack. Like, because if this b2 pawn falls, the c3 square falls, kind of like that.
Right. Okay. So just where were we? So here, yeah. So I totally, for some reason, as soon as I played Rook G8, I realized that you could just bring your king back, and I realized I was completely losing.
Yeah,
But
I was wondering if you just forgot about the rook or if there was actually something that I was missing. But yeah, I think after I bring my king back, this should be. I knew that this was winning, but I was still worried because of the time, and you still have a bit of initiative, but it should have been. I somehow at some point misplaced one of my pieces. Not sure where exactly it happened, but I think my
Yeah.
king at this point
Well,
is very.
well, actually, just at the last move. I mean, everything here was fine. I was just trying to put any pressure I could. I thought you could. If I were you, I would just sack my rook for the piece and just make your life much easier. Like at any moment, just give up the
Yeah,
rook for the
true.
exchange.
Yeah.
And even at this moment, all you had to do was block with the knight.
Uh-huh.
But right, because I could never enter G1. You could just go, I don't know, wherever here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I didn't want to allow Rook G2, and so I just thought it would be safe. But yeah, the thing that I didn't notice was that you're gonna have once I go to C1, because originally I was gonna go to like 93 King C1 and that's it. But then I realized that it kind of Rook C8 exists here,
Yeah,
and
small problem.
and yeah, that's basically what I missed here was that King was not really safe on C1. But yeah, that was an amazing save by me. Now then an amazing save by you.
Yeah, no, I lucked out. You defended really well. Well done. It was a great game. I really enjoyed playing you.
Yeah, thank you. That was a really interesting game. I knew that a game with you is never going to be boring.
All right, so any more questions before we wrap it up? All right, maybe no more questions. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Svetlana, for an amazing game.
That was an amazing game. Like a great game.
That's right. So that's great. So thank you so much. And for the rest of you, remember to join the tournament starting at 7 p.m. Make sure you register. So go to the EMC Virtual Chess Festival Club and request to join the club if you're not already there, and then join the tournament starting at 7 p.m. Okay. All right. Again, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Svetlana, for a wonderful game. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Take care.
You
Bye.
guys can feel free to participate in the tournament too if you want to.
Good luck, everyone, in the tournament.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Bye.